Hi guys, it's Crystal from Crystal Clear Gardens. So I didn't post on Tuesday, but I'm here today, Wednesday. So I had told you guys I was going to show you my greenhouse, how we set it up, how I anchored it, what I've done to protect it. Unfortunately, the first greenhouse I had, the wind, 60 miles an hour, it just flattened it out, and I was a little bit skeptical about getting a greenhouse again because of it. I wanted to build one, but unfortunately the wood prices were like ridiculous. So I actually ended up getting one. It was a gift from my mom, and you know, she got herself one too, so we both are like greenhouse twins now. And so I wanted to show you guys how I anchored it. I know a lot of people had a lot of questions regarding, you know, anchoring, because you know, some of us live in places where the winds are like not good at all. It's pretty bad. How I heat it up. I apologize for the mess that you guys are gonna see. I'm still organizing. There's still bald spots that I'm fixing. My plants are still acclimating a little bit. The sun, even though we're in winter, the sun is brutal here. So I had to do a shade cloth. I have to get another one, extend it a little bit more. On my cacti, I sit at the side where the sun is at, and my tropicals sit on the other side. So if you guys see a lot of crispy leaves, it's because of the sun. The first few days I had a different shade cloth on it, so they weren't getting 100% the shade they were supposed to, and so the sun just beat on them pretty badly. I also had some plants that were damaged because I left them out the day that unfortunately my father-in-law passed away. So I ended up not being able to put my plants inside after putting them outside because there was rain and then there was sun, and it's a whole thing. So let's get into it. So guys, this is my greenhouse. That's my husband's tree. And it is pretty large. It is 11 by 13 foot. It has windows that open, they tie. This is what it looks like on the outside. This is what it looks like on the back. The other side looks the exact same way as this one. I do have a shade cloth on it. I tied it on through the loopies with wire. So far we've had one night of like 50-mile-per-hour winds. No problem at all whatsoever. Sorry about the barking dog in the background. Some neighbor got a new dog and they're not doing a very good job at taking care of it. This is what it looks like on the inside. I do have it half bubble wrapped. I need to finish the other half. So these are my plants in my greenhouse. So my husband built this brace in the back, and it's pretty much, these are the sides to a broken box spring for a mattress. So they're the two sides, and then we put this one, which is just like a piece of wood, and then we put a piece of wood up there, just that chunk, and then we put another one down there, and then we put the rest to the bottom, 2 pieces of wood. And then all of this is screwed together, like it is not going anywhere. My plants don't fall off of it, even though like I get really strong winds here. Nothing has fallen off the shelves. My cactuses look so happy. Look at them. So I added wire across, and it runs across all the way. And the reason I added it was because the bubble wrap was not staying up. It was like falling. But once we put the wiring, it helped. So there's 1, and then there's 2. And then we just run it along the back. And then we added that piece of wood that runs across the top up to there, which is not that far from like the entrance, but doesn't run all the way across. And then we tied that to the top of the greenhouse, so like it is not going anywhere. And then we added these only because we didn't have a piece of wood that was long enough. This is all like salvaged wood, guys. We have been finding wood and scrapping wood and just putting it away. We have a huge pile of like scrap wood, guys, that we use when we need it. And then we screwed that to that top brace that runs along the top, and then that one runs down, and we just put these little legs on it. That way we wouldn't have a problem with it moving around or shifting in any way. No problem, guys. It doesn't move at all. And then there's a little piece of wood at the bottom to make sure it doesn't shift either. And then, well, that's the brace. So the setup is pretty simple. The greenhouse comes with the instructions. We just built it. And then the way I staked it to the ground was by buying these stakes. I call them T-stakes. That's not what they're called. I don't remember what they're called. But I call them T-stakes. And the reason being is because at the bottom they have like a T that runs this way, and then you hammer them in from the top, and then that T goes in the ground, and then we put those in the ground, and then we tied with a wire the greenhouse to the stake through these little holes. And that is how we like tied it to the ground. Like, this thing is not going anywhere. Like I said, we already had a storm pass by, and the greenhouse shook a little all night, but it did not go anywhere. And then we added these bricks and rocks to the corners. That way the flaps wouldn't come loose. So we passed the mesh, or the plastic, sorry guys, we passed the plastic through the bottom of the pole into the greenhouse, and then put the bricks at the edges and the rocks. There's another one over there, and you guys can't see it, but there's another one in that corner over there too. And all that does is it keeps everything tucked in so that the greenhouse plastic doesn't ride up, because when there's wind, sometimes the plastic rides up and it just defeats the purpose of insulation and keeping moisture in. In the summer, I will be removing the bubble wrap, and instead of just leaving the greenhouse like that, we're gonna add a swamp cooler at one of the windows to keep the humidity on in here. In the winter, I have the bubble wrap, and I have a heater. You guys see this bad boy here? It's an oil heater. It is electric. The cord's right there. And then I connect it up there. And then that runs to my house. And that is how I heat it. I have 2 of these brick things that we had lying around just to keep the heater from accidentally catching fire on anything that's like plants or plastic or wood, because I do have that mulch on the ground and I do not want to get that mulch, you know, on fire or anything. We want to avoid that best as possible. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I'll give you guys a little sneaky peeky of my 4 Bessie Spiralis babies. They are super winter stressed, which is why they're purple. But as you can see, they're pretty much the size of my finger. They are spiraling very nicely. I have some more babies here. They're sunburned. I'll see if they make it. If they don't, that's okay. I still don't know what those are. These are my other babies. They're doing pretty well too. Look at that baby right there. He's a double-headed one. Here's another monstrose. And I know there was another one somewhere that was funky and weird looking. Well, guys, I'll give you guys an update soon on how my plants have been dealing, what I have in here, what temperature my greenhouse measures at night, and anything else you guys have questions about. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.